All right. Thanks, guys, for jumping on. I'm really excited to do, well, I know, and Andrea is really excited to do this call. We got to do a little survey for you guys last night to see what you were wanting help with right now. So this call is exactly what you need right now. So we're going to go over staying organized and some income producing activities. So like things that you can do to make yourselves money. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. Andrea, do you want to start it off?
Sure can. So thank you guys so much for jumping on, because this is really, really important. And through my 2 years in the business, I've learned that staying organized is the only way that you can succeed and the only way that you can continue to move forward in your business and not peeve people off. I have to admit, I was not the greatest at follow-up. I was not the greatest at being organized. And I was not the greatest at keeping my customers and my distributors happy because of my organizational skills. So that has been an absolute turning point in my business. And lately, I would say over the last few months, I have really cracked down on my organization, and it's changed my business absolutely. So thank you for jumping on. And we are all here because we want two things. We want more cruise points than anybody around so that we can get on that cruise, and we want to go Ruby and help others go Ruby, because that's what our business is all about. It's about the steps to success, and it's about teaching people how to go Ruby and going Ruby yourself. So if you don't know what Ruby is yet, I know we're going to have some new people listening in on this call or listening to the recording. So look up what Ruby is. Check out the compensation plan. It is absolutely amazing, you guys. And this cruise is going to change your business. So if you haven't gone into your eSuite yet, I'm going to move there we go. That's a little better. If you haven't gone into your eSuite yet, into your documents, check out the game plan for the cruise. It's going to be amazing. I hope you guys are there.
Sorry. I just wanted to say something with that, because I know, Andrea, you're doing it with your team and I'm doing it with my team. Right now we're doing monthly mentorships with everybody. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, we're going over this offensive game plan. We're being your accountability partners. We're going through your weekly goals and what you're doing and things like that. So if that's something you guys would like to take part in, let us know. And we can definitely get you started on your first call next week.
Absolutely. So the offensive game plan for the cruise is downloadable right off of your eSuite, and it has tips on how to go Ruby. It has what to ask help for. Don't be afraid to ask help. That's what we're here for. And it also has your offensive game plan through this whole month of June. So it actually breaks it down into weeks, and it gives you a weekly game plan. So that's something that you can do with your mentor, and that's something that you can do by yourself so that you know where you're going this month, and so that you can set yourself goals. I think that is the biggest thing that I've learned, is setting goals. So I'm going to segue right into goal setting and how to goal set and what kind of goals you should be setting for yourself weekly, daily, and monthly to progress in your business. So one of the biggest things that I've been doing is this offensive game plan, you guys. It's all about blitz, wrap, repeat. It's all about how many distributors you're signing up, how many loyal customers you're signing up, and how many people you're connecting with. So you basically set up weekly goals, just like in the cruise offensive game plan. You're setting those up, and you're setting your goals for yourself to figure out how many people you want to blitz this week, how many people you want to wrap this week, how many distributors you want to sign up, how many loyal customers you want to sign up, and how many people you're messaging. So what I have been doing is I've actually been so this is my cold messaging. So my goal is 40. Last week I hit 13 out of 40. And this week I've lowered my goal, because what I have noticed is that I'm having more, how do I say this, more fulfilling conversations with less people than just power messaging people. We have to spend those days where we just crazy power message people, but you have to make sure that you're following up with those people. So this, having a list of all the people that I've messaged, I can now follow up with them because I'm writing beside them, pen to paper, you guys, writing beside them what their answer was and the day that nice leg, B.
Sorry, I'm trying to grab my book.
That's okay. So I'm writing beside each name what date I messaged them and then what their answer was and then a day to get back to them. And then I'm putting that reminder in my phone to go off like a big alarm to contact that person again. So I'm getting a lot better at my follow-up, and this is what's gearing my follow-up.
Okay, so I want to ask you afterwards, so remind me what kind of messages you're sending out when you're cold messaging, and we can maybe do that after towards the end, so that we can get through this other stuff first. But I love that you're doing that too. Okay, and I'm doing the same thing pretty much, but a little bit differently. So, so my goal every day is to message 10 people about the products and 5 people about the business minimum. But you can see on Tuesday I went opposite. Oops, but not oops. But yeah, it's really easy to go back, flip through your book at the end of the week and be like, okay, who did I talk to? Who didn't get back to me? Who was interested? Things like that. It's so much easier. So I'm using this book, and then I'm also using, like, for last week, anybody that was supposed to sign up or I said I would follow up with, I put them in my book for that day. Otherwise, I don't remember who the hell I'm supposed to follow up with that day. So as soon as I'm like talking to somebody, I'm like, okay, when do you want to get started? And they give me my date. I instantly pull out my calendar. Like, I have people in July already that are for July. So like, I have their names in July, you guys. Then I don't have to harass them for the next month. They're ready at the end of July. I'll bug them at the end of July.
So true.
Right?
I know when baseball season ends. I know when school starts and when school ends. I know when baby check day comes.
That I know.
I know many, many things about people and their personal schedules because I asked them, when do you want to get started? So a couple more organizational tips. B, do you have one that's like your top organizational tip?
Okay, so like we've kind of gone over like how I'm keeping track of who I'm talking to or like who I have to follow up with on certain days, but the other thing that keeps me really organized on track is alarm, you guys, because I do not remember anything. I'm like a squirrel and I get distracted super freaking easily. I'll be sitting there and I go to do something and then whatever. And so alarms are my savior. I have an alarm for every time I'm supposed to post on Facebook. I set a timer for every hour and a half. For when I do an Instagram post, so I'll just reset my timer every time. So those for me too are very good at keeping me like on track and organized, just as reminders. So like if you're a pen and paper girl, like we are, do it. If you're more of a phone person and you'd like to have your phone go off and give you reminders for follow-ups and stuff, use that. Use whatever is going to be best for you. But I know we're all busy. You have kids or you go to school or you work or you do something and it's so easy. And I've really noticed it this week being back in Brandon, and I don't do as much when I'm at home as when I'm here. I've been gone all day. I'm up by 8. I'm doing stuff. I'm out, and then I don't go to bed till 4 o'clock in the morning, and I get up, but I'm going the whole time. So if it wasn't for my calendar and for these alarms, I'd be lost. I wouldn't be posting on Facebook as often as I am, or on Instagram as often. I'd do it like twice a day. I wouldn't follow up with people like I'm supposed to. So especially for us busy people, it's very helpful just to have something that dings in your ear or something that's written down or something that's going to keep you on track.
Absolutely. So I think that my biggest thing lately, y'all, I was broke when I started this business. So I still run my business like broke girl, even though I'm a diamond and I'm 2 years in. I still run my business like broke girl because I want to make sure that my business is duplicatable and I can teach people how I do things without spending hundreds of dollars a month on organizational stuff. Passion Planner. This is downloadable for free. You print it out and it even has like goal setting things in it.
It's amazing.
Awesome. I took a couple pages out just to show you guys because it's kind of hard to show you in the book.
While you're kind of talking about that, I want to talk about goal setting really quick too.
Absolutely.
You guys need to set like an amount of people that you want to talk to a day and hold yourself to that number. If you think you can only message 5 new people a day, set that goal and do not go to bed until you message those 5 people. I do not go to bed. I'm doing my messages in the morning, so I shouldn't say that. But I don't go and have a cigarette until I've messaged my people in the morning now. Well, here anyways, because I'm laying in bed and I can't smoke those inside. But like things like things like that, you know what I mean? Like if you have to do, like give yourself a reward, be like, okay, I can go for ice cream after I finish out these messages, or I can have a bath when I finish this, or whatever it is. Set yourself that goal and do not let yourself do anything until it's done. Do not go to bed until that list is done that you need to get done, because this is, I had a conversation yesterday with one of our team members, and I know that's a struggle for a lot of us, because I know I've had that struggle. At the end of the day, you're tired and you don't always want to do everything. But you have a goal and you started this for a reason, and there's something that you want. So remember what you're working for, remember what you're going for, and that's going to help you stay organized and connected and do those things too. If you know what you're working for and you want that, you're going to do it. So make those lists, make those goals, do what you need to do to keep yourself organized and on track. Sorry, continue with your passion planner because it's so good.
Yeah. And you know what? Passion planner is really cool because like it has, so these are the pages that you print out. So it gives you per day and timing, just like a regular schedule would that you buy from Staples for $25. This puppy's free and you print it out at your mom's house like I did. Play broke girl, and so you don't have to anymore. So there's like this week's focus, things, good things that happened, and then there's nice little quotes. Go green and challenge yourself to be more environmentally conscious, things like that. And then at the bottom there's a personal to-do list and there's a business to-do list. Oh my god, there's 10 spaces. Yeah, 10 and 10. That's all you gotta do.
No big deal, you guys. You can do that.
Passion Planner has it figured out for you.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that Passion Planner. It's free. I love that you can purchase it if you want.
Yeah.
And then you personalize it. But it's a really good tool to keep yourself organized, especially like if you're working all day and you know that on your lunch break you have to text that guy who's signing up for, you know, the system. You have to make sure that you have something that's in front of you that in the morning you can have a look at your passion planner or your planner of whatever sort, even if it's your phone. My brain doesn't process technology as much as it does pen to paper. Mm-hmm. So
I'm a paper gal tout.
Yeah. I have a look at this the night before and then I kind of re-look at it first thing in the morning before I leave for work. And then I know what I have to do. So plus, because I'm a total squirrel, I will also put reminders in my phone. I look at this thing at night. I look at this thing in the morning. I have reminders in my phone. Like, I can't forget.
No,
so if I forget to call you, I forget to text you, I didn't put it anywhere.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened. Glitch in the system.
Speaking of, I just have another quick tip when it comes to writing down people that you need to, that they give you a date for signing up, whether it's customer, distributor, whatever. And if it's on Instagram, write down their Instagram name. There's nothing worse. I learned this the hard way. There's nothing worse than trying to find that person that you're talking to through all your messages. And you're like, which one was it that was supposed to sign up? Write their freaking Instagram name out fully. Do it. Like I had Sexy Boo 324 signing up. So, you know,
that's funny,
right? It's funny, but yeah, do that, you guys, because it will really help.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Kayla, I know I wasn't gonna ask you to jump on the call and say anything, but this girl is a freaking rock star. And does she ever have like a really good background? We didn't even have to tell her how to follow up with people, how to write people down. She didn't do any of that. So she comes from a background where that's what she did. She had to follow up with people. She had to put them in. This was what she did, basically, just in another sense. So Kayla, if I unmuted you, is there any other tips when it comes to staying organized and with what you've done that we haven't kind of mentioned yet?
Not really. I don't know. I like to harass people, and like Brittany said, I telemarket, right? So that's what we're good at. We're good at pushing, and if people seem interested or if they hesitate, that's your cue. Like, jump on them, because that's that they're hesitating for a reason, right? So
Yeah.
make a go with it. And yeah, I like the pen and paper idea totally. I'm exactly the same. That's the way I stay organized. I'm old school. I don't really like computers and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I think you guys pretty much covered it all. But as for staying organized, even like if you get people on the phone or write down phone numbers, anything helps.
Totally.
Yeah.
Thanks, honey. I knew you'd be the one for this. I'm like, ooh, I like it. I'm not going to tell her.
So I've got 2 more little tips.
Okay.
Another thing that is also available to you for free is your hundreds list. You can print that off again from your eSuite in your documents. I printed off a fresh one because I'm doing one for months, and then I'm going to file them in my binder with my little separators for the months. I'm going to file them in my binder for the month that I got a hold of them. And then if they're like, oh, next month, I know where to find their information. So having your hundreds list, it gives a spot for name, phone number, and email. So in email, you could put their Instagram name, or you could put what their name is on Facebook. If you know their real name, even better. But their Facebook name, sometimes you can't search if, their name is Janelle, but their first name on Facebook is Samantha. I've had that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
one of my girls' name is Reagan, but her Facebook name is Lexi. So
yeah. I have a Jana who is Sarah on Facebook. So the other thing, and you guys will see in the Facebook team page today that it's starting to get dark.
Oh, it's dark.
I'm not as bright anymore. And the storm is rolling in. I just heard thunder.
Oh, it might be good.
The other thing that I updated in the Facebook page today was the 20 points to 20K point system. It is such a fun game, you guys, and it keeps you really accountable because your goal is to get 20 points every day, 20 points to 20K. So what it is it's a list of tasks, and they're all income-producing tasks, and then a point system. So they go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I printed off 4 because there's 4 more weeks this month. I didn't have it printed off for the first week in June, but at least I'm doing it for the last 4. It's a long month, so we have time. So if you're working towards those 20 points per day, you guys, your business is going to be growing. And when you're doing those 20 points and you're writing those names on your hundreds list, and you're tracking your blitz, wrap, repeat, and your distributors and loyal customers, and you're tracking everything. As long as you're tracking everything, you're staying organized, you're staying accountable, you guys are going to succeed. It is genius. I don't know why I wasn't more organized before. Because
you're a blue.
I thought I could just fly by the seat of my pants. That's why.
Time to post.
Time to post. Oh, mine too. But I turned my volume down, Brittany.
Well, I turned mine's on vibrate too, but my alarm still goes off no matter what.
Oh.
Which is good, but bad.
So, B, do you have any more tips, or do you want to open up for questions?
So maybe I just want to touch quickly a little bit more on income producing activities, because I know it's super easy for us to get really caught up in like training and flipping through the pages and finding documents, especially when you're new, because you feel like you need to know everything. So first of all, I want to say to all your newbies, don't feel like you have to know everything. That's also what we're here to do. I knew nothing when I started. Absolutely nothing. So if you go into your back office, so log into your eSuite, go to It Works You training, or It Works You at the top, and go to the training, and you'll have to click in on the left-hand side a few times from a computer. But go in there and start watching that training. That's what I did to learn quick things about the business and the products. And then I was able to quickly be like, oh, hey, so-and-so could use this and so-and-so could use this. So I think it's important to get that training in and to work on yourself. But especially right now, because we're all working such big goals and this is boom time and we have the cruise and these Ruby bonuses and so much going on, don't forget to also work your business. At the end of the day, we are here to make money. And if you're not talking to people and if you're not signing customers and distributors, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. Are you not putting enough time in? Are you not sending out enough messages? Do you need to look at the way you're talking to people? Are you too focused on training versus messaging or whatever it is? Make sure you're creating those income producing activities. So if you don't know how to create what an income producing activity is, it's something that's going to make you money. Look at that 20 points to 20K. Everything on there pretty much is designed to make you money. That's what we wanted. That we want to make you 20K. So do stuff that's going to make you money. Handle those blitz cards while you're out. Send out those messages. Do those posts. Do those types of things. Do parties. Go to trade shows. Do things that are going to make you money at the end of the day. Because if you're not doing that, you're wasting your time. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna be straight up with you guys because I had to do that yesterday. And I had to be straight up with myself over this last little bit too. I had to kick my own butt into shape because I got caught up in doing too much for me versus working my business as well. So yeah, don't forget to work your own business. And it gets even harder sometimes when you start to grow a team because you want to help everybody and you want to spend more time with them. But again, don't forget about working your own business. Set aside some time that you can work with your team, but make sure you're setting aside time to grow your own business as well. You still need to be completing the steps to success every month. You need to be leading from the front. And again, you want to make money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Speech over.
Absolutely. The rule of thumb is a third of your time to your business, a third of your time to helping your team, and a third of your time to personal development or training. So if you don't have a team yet, you're lucky. You are off to a running start if you're spending half your time on training and half your time on your business.
Mm-hmm.
So if you plan on spending 2 hours a day, one of those hours is training, one of those hours is power messaging.
Mm-hmm.
If you're spending 8 hours a day, 4 of those hours is power messaging and following up with people, and 4 of those hours is training and making sure that you have the information that you need to build a team.
And you guys, everything is at your fingertips. It's either on the back office or on our team page or on YouTube. There's really 3 main places that you're going to find anything that you're looking for. And those are it. If you want to learn how to do the party pad presentation, YouTube it. If you want to know what the opportunity is, YouTube it. If you want to know how to motivate yourself, YouTube it, whatever it is. If you want to find product information, look at your back office, go through all those documents. There's so much stuff back there. And you guys, our team page is riddled with stuff. Go through all those Evernote files. I was talking to one of my team members yesterday and they never looked through it and they're like dumbfounded by what's in there, but there's so much good stuff in there, you guys. There's scripts, there's posts, there's parties, there's everything that you need in there. And if there isn't something that you can find, ask it on the team page. That's what it's there for. If we don't answer you right away, somebody else will. We have a global team. There's always usually somebody on there that will answer you. So use those resources too. They're right at your fingertips. And I've been preaching this lately. We have $1 million opportunity in your hand. It's right here. All you have to do is seize it. It's right there. You can sit there and say, I don't have time or I don't have this. Well, that's why we started this business, was to get time, was to get money, was to get that freedom. How bad do you want it? Where was I going with that? Holy brain fart.
I thought it was great.
Over.
I was like, yes, this stuff. Great.
Doing it.
Me and Brittany come from similar upbringings in It Works. We didn't have a lot of training at our fingertips. We didn't have an upline that was super helpful or somebody to train or mentor us. We had to figure it out on our own. We were raised by YouTube. So this is the reason why we do training calls with you guys, because we didn't have that. So we want to give what we didn't get. And so if you guys ever want to learn about anything, you just let us know, because that's why we're here. We are fully 100% committed to helping you guys grow your business. Know that. We truly, truly care about your guys' business and we want to see you succeed. We didn't just, offer you the business because we needed another team member.
No, we see something
offered
in
you the business Go ahead.
I was just going to say, continue. I was like, because we see something in you, because we know this could help
Yep.
you, because it could give you that freedom or that time or whatever it is that you need. We don't want just blow Joe off the street, you guys. We want somebody that we know needs this and wants this and will go for it. So we see something in you, see it in yourself too, believe in yourself at the end of the day, wake up and tell yourself you're worthy and that you can do this and that this is going to create, I'm getting goosebumps, I don't know why, that this is going to create whatever kind of freedom that you guys want at the end of the day. And I think that's really important. Like this morning I woke up, I got 3 hours sleep last night. I was tired, I was cranky, and I did not want to get up, but I had a freaking coaching call to do. I had people to follow up with. I had messages to send. And then we had other stuff to do. So I hauled my butt out of bed. I have goals that I need to do. I have bills that I need to pay. I have people that I need to help. I've thrown my excuses completely out the window. I have no time for them anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to take excuses off the table if you want to succeed. If you have been in the business for a while and you're not succeeding, or you haven't seen the success that you thought you would, there's some excuse that's holding you back. There's some limiting belief that's holding you back. Talk to your mentor about that and they will help you. I absolutely promise you that. And if they don't, for some crazy reason, it's not one of us. But if they don't, for some crazy reason, reach out to a different leader and they will help you.
Totally. I was just going to mention something else too, but. Yeah, take quitting off the table. At the end of the day, take quitting off the table.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll open it up for questions.
Does anybody have any questions or anything else they'd like to, I got you. Go ahead, lady.
All right. So I've been doing a lot of things to try and, I guess, get the word out. Like I've opened up a Facebook group. I've thought about even like going to trade shows already and stuff like that. One question that I do have though, outside of Facebook, because Facebook is kind of limited to people that you can reach out to, right? So what would your best advice be to opening up to people outside of Facebook? Like how do you branch out to different cold calls, if you will?
Okay, so I'm going to ask you two questions. How do you want to market your business? Do you want to be able to do it primarily from your phone, or are you somebody who wants to go out and mingle with the people and do that kind of thing?
Both.
Both. Okay, we can work with that.
I've even thought about putting up posters at the store just to be like, hey, do you guys want to have a wrap party? Stuff like that. Give me a call, that sort of thing. So like I'm a big people person.
Absolutely.
I'm eager to do it all.
I love that you've already started thinking about that kind of things, because I know trade shows was something for me when I started that I was like, oh, I'm not even going to think about those, things like that. So I think it's very good that you're thinking outside the box already. So
Girl has a marketing plan already. She's like not even a week in.
Oh, this girl's getting a bonus. She's going on the cruise. So trade shows, that's a great idea to get out. Asking people to host wrap parties for you, that's a great idea. Yeah, flyers are great. Social prizes, if you know anybody, it's wedding season, if people need social prizes and stuff, we have certificates and stuff in the back office for a free wrap party that you can give them. There's lots of things like that. Blitz, order some Blitz cards off Vistaprint and hand those out to everywhere that you go. Anytime you go to the store or through a drive-through or whatever, go blitzing and give people these coupons. What are some other things that you do, Andrea, outside of social media?
I ask people I know. So even if I have them on Facebook, I'm asking them in person. So if I run into them or something in town, I'll say hey, you haven't had a wrap party, or you haven't had a wrap party in a while. Would you like to have one? Mm-hmm. You don't have to love everything. You have to find what works for you. So if you love blitzing, get out and blitz every day. If you love Facebook, get on your Facebook every day and message everyone on your Facebook and friend 5,000 people on your Facebook. That's a limit. If you love Instagram, get on Instagram and start following people and start getting followers and figure out Instagram. If you love wrap parties, start wrapping. Ask people to have wrap parties. Ask people who you know if they know anybody who might even want to have a wrap party for themselves. Reach out to your friends on Facebook and social media too for wrap parties.
Yeah, like social media is my primary way of doing it, but I still do other things. Like I still blitz, I do some trade shows, I still do the odd rap party. Like I still do things outside of social media, but it's the primary way of do things. And I think I tagged you in the social media. So that was like off of social media. But if you're looking for ways on social media, I tagged you at like 3:00 in the morning last night in the training we did last week on how I'm growing my business on Instagram. And then maybe next week, what we can do, Andrea, is maybe I can interview you on how you're primarily doing it on Facebook.
Absolutely.
That would be really good. But you have to be intentional about your social media too. Like you have to do it daily. You have to be very intentional. It's just like outside of social media, you need to be growing your network every day. So I'm adding constantly on Instagram. I'm liking, I'm commenting, I'm showing love. I'm messaging everyone who likes and comments on my posts. And you'll find scripts for that in the Evernote file on the Dream Makers page. And I'm posting a lot. So if that's something that you want to do too, I can also do like a private training call with you on Instagram as well. But there's also the training that we did last week on it, and Instagram and Facebook are very different. So what I would ask you to do too is, which way do you want to do it? Do you want to do it mostly on Facebook or mostly on Instagram? And we'll focus mostly on that one.
Okay. Now, this is just coming from the telemarketing background, but do you ever just like pick up a phone book and cold call people, like legit?
I personally haven't. I'm a chicken. I shake at that
I'm
thought.
used to being put down and told to like F off, so that doesn't.
Yeah, I also used to be a telemarketer, so yes, I have picked up the phone book.
And how has it worked for you? Did you get results? Like, I guess it would be no different than calling for a charity, right?
Absolutely. So it was very early in my career. I actually should revisit that because I didn't have a lot of knowledge, and I didn't have any sort of script. I went into it like cold. And I was just like, hey, this is Andrea from It Works. I'm calling about, having a rep party. I didn't know what to say. So I'm sure that we could come up with a true cold call for us telemarketers, that we could come up with a cold call script that would work really well.
Yeah, if you guys want to powwow on that, I think that would be really cool to do.
I am down for that, Kayla.
That's not something I would do. My heart's already racing at that thought. I'm like, oh God, do not put me on the phone with some random strangers from the phone book.
You're ever going to
two phone calls will go rough, and then after that, you'll be fine.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But like, there's even I've been using a cold message script for Instagram. Well, you could use it on Facebook too, but it's a message, not a phone thing. So maybe that can help you guys a little bit as far as like your outline goes and what you kind of say or whatever. But
yeah.
I'll let you guys powwow on that one.
Well, at least if it works, it's not like we have disclosures we have to do or anything, really. Like, we're not going to get nailed if we don't hear from X company.
No, you'll be fine.
No.
Sweet. Okay,
those are good questions. Thank you. Do you have any other ones?
I kind of think of them as it comes to me, and then, well, like, I either message you or Stacy and say, well, hey, what's this?
Yeah, no, you're really good. You're on it.
Cool.
What else do you guys have for us?
Tomorrow.
If you think of anything, just throw it on to a comment on the event or in the event, preferably on the team page, and then we can start a thread underneath my post today. I shared the event and I said starting right now. Comment on there, and then we can answer some questions if people have them afterwards.
Okay. Cool.
How about you, Stacy or Rob? Do you have anything that you've been kind of wondering about, picking your brain about? Oh, here, I'll unmute you guys. Stacy, are you okay to be unmuted, or do you? Yeah, okay.
I'm good. It's quiet. I only have one child.
That's very true. I forgot.
He is like whipping a ball around, but
nice.
We're so quiet.
So do you guys have any questions or anything you wanted us to touch on tonight?
I don't know.
Me and Stacy's struggle has been real this week.
Not by the Jack Daniels drinks I saw you guys with.
They weren't open yet, you
That was
guys.
the post-struggle.
Nobody believes that, Brittany.
I know, right? We weren't drinking them yet. I drank them by
They
myself.
weren't actually open.
Oh, man. Is that the thunder?
There's a storm coming.
Brittany, have you looked outside? It's all black again.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you want to come go storm chasing again?
Yes.
Storm chasing now?
Yes.
Storm chasing?
No.
We should be professional storm chasers.
This is our sidekick right there.
Hey, mister.
He was listening to you and he had my headphone and he's like, hi.
Do you miss me already?
All right, you guys. Well, we should stop the recording for a little bit here, and